December 29th, 1986. See, that's when your boy was born and the battle began. Yeah, I grew up in Pueblo, Colorado. I was born in Denver, but raised in Pueblo, Colorado all my life, and was raised in a Christian environment. My grandfather is a minister here in town, and I grew up in an environment where that feared the Lord, Baptist church, every Sunday suited and booted. My thing was, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be the best athlete I can be. I'm going to go to NFL or the NBA. I'm going to make a lot of money, and I'm going to use my platform for Christ. I mean, that was my plan. That's how I had it written out. It was a script, and I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. That was my dream. But they say, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And I was about to find that out. My senior year of high school, after football season, I wanted to play football. I wanted to get recruited, like every athlete does, and found myself in a place where I wasn't getting recruited by the schools that I wanted to get recruited by. I was getting recruited, but not by the teams that I wanted to get recruited by. I wanted to go to the Florida States. I wanted to go to the Miamis. I wanted to go to the Texas and the Oklahomas, the big schools, get out of Pueblo, get as far away as I could. And I remember looking up to the sky and saying inside in my mind, God, where are you? Where are you? I feel like I've done all this stuff for you up until this point, and all I've asked you for is a few things. Where are you? And I remember that being one of the lowest points of my life, just looking up and wondering where God was. Because I felt God owed me something, and I felt like I do my part, you do your part. That's how this thing works. I didn't really understand, all too well, but I thought that God was absent. I thought he left. I thought he didn't do what he said he was going to do. So I got angry, and I remember the rest of that year, on the outside, I was same old Chaz, same old, Christian athlete guy, doing his thing with a smile on his face. On the outside, I put on a good front. People in high school would come and ask me questions about my faith, and I would be, very open about it. But on the inside, I would say I was dead. I was dead spiritually. I was turned off. I was very, very, very angry at God, and I stopped praying. I stopped reading my word. I stopped doing all that. I didn't stop going to church because how I grew up, you didn't go to church. It was a rough time around your house. So I still went to church, but I'll just check out. So I found myself getting more into music, writing and things like that. But I also found myself trying to run from God in all areas. I didn't want to talk about him. I didn't want to pray. I didn't want to read my word. I started dabbling and getting engulfed in pornography and some of these other things that you try to escape with. Never drugs or alcohol, but pornography for sure, because pornography is something you can cover up. You can hide that. You can just do that on the down low, and nobody knows. So I engulfed myself with that. And I remember one evening, and it sounds cheesy, but it's the truth. It was raining pretty hard. And I was in my basement. I had already signed a letter of intent to play football for Colorado State. And it was my summer going in to my freshman year of college when this had happened. And it was a stormy night. And I can remember feeling as empty and dead as I'd ever felt in my entire life. And I was on my knees and I was crying out. Because I had felt the Holy Spirit before. I had felt God. I had felt him before when I was younger and when I was trying to walk with him and do what I had done, to build that relationship. I knew what that felt like, but I hadn't felt that in such a long time. And I just hit my knees on the floor one day, and I looked up and I was just like, listen, God, if you're really real, like I feel like you are, I know that you are, but I haven't felt you in so long. If you're really real, I need you to show me. I need you to intervene right now, because I'm at my rock bottom. I don't know what's going on, and obviously you have a different plan for my life. And for the first time in a long time, I felt the Holy Spirit again. I felt like God was impressing upon my heart, just saying, trust me. Trust me and get out of the way. Trust me and let me do it. So I'm going into my 4th season. I'm going to be number 1 on the depth chart. All these, I didn't dream of going to Colorado State, but if I was going to be at Colorado State, I was going to be the best at Colorado State. That's how I wanted the legacy I wanted to leave. Going into my 4th year of college, I'm number 1 on the chart as wide receiver, the depth chart. And I had always had problems with my knees. I'd always, all throughout high school, I always had problems with my knees. And I can remember going into the doctor's office one day and doing all the tests, MRI, all that good stuff. And the head trainer called me in one day out of the blue, right when as we were going to these things called mat drills. And having a conversation with him. And he just said, you know what, I regret to tell you this, but your career is over. And I'm like, what do you mean my career is over? I don't know. What do you mean? He said, look, your kneecap, all the tendons in your knees are gone, and you were basically running on bone in your kneecap. And if we continue to allow you to play, you're going to put a hole in your kneecap. It's going to require you to have a knee replacement in 1 to 2 years max if you continue to play this game at the level you're playing it now. He's like, and we can't allow you to get a knee replacement at 22 years old. We just can't do it. The doctors will not clear you. Your career is over. Looked me in my eye, gave me a handshake and said, God bless you. I wish you the best. And that was it. And man, again, my heart dropped. My heart sunk. I had worked my tail off to get to that point, to where I was going to be able to play without earning the respect of the coaches, earning the respect of my teammates. And like that, it was gone. So why did you put me here? And I began to pray and I began to fast and I began to just ask God, what did he want from me? And I can remember clear as day, again, just feeling that small, still voice in my heart. He just said, I don't want anything from you. I just want you. And man, that was something that I'll never forget. He didn't want what I could do for him. He didn't need another platform. He already has all the platforms. He just wanted me. The God of the universe, the creator of everything, just wanted a relationship with me. And that made me think about things a little bit different from that point on. Because then I realized that all this stuff I was trying to do to please God, all the trying to be the best Christian that I could be, or trying to be the best athlete I could be just so I could give him the glory. Or even when I was doing my music, trying to make good music and give him the glory. That was all secondary. That's not what really pleased him per se. It was me, a relationship with me. It was my heart toward him was what he was really concerned about. And today I'm a national recording artist. I get to travel across the country and tell people through the avenue of music and arts, and tell people how good God is. Tell them that he will never ever give up. Tell him that even when you turn your back on him like I did, he will never ever turn his back on you. Let them know that he doesn't want your stuff. He doesn't want what you can do for him. He just wants you. And so I feel blessed. I feel blessed to sit here and be an instrument, a tool for God to use to let people know that Jesus Christ is real and he just wants a relationship. And it's all because God gave me perspective. It's all because of my relationship with him that gave me what I was looking for, gave me my identity. So, yeah. And my name is Chaz Miles, and I am second.